Welcome to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Don't forget to look at the heel of your opposite foot. So that means extra effort on your waist and your hips. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight to the left foot. Kick your right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4. The power of shifting your weight. 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman. Opening up your span, parallel feet. Choose the right side. Cross and sit on that side. Stack yourself. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're going to do our golden cockerel. Remember to create spirals and circles. So when we are a golden cockerel, we're not only looking at shifting of weight, counterbalance, and centering ourselves. Right away, the top hand takes a spiral to the side and to the bottom, to the side of our hips, whereas the other hand takes another spiral as it comes up. So in every situation, whenever we're moving, try to create spirals and circles. Let's have that as our focus. So our hips and waist lends itself to spiraling and circling, okay? So let's try it right away as we are a golden cockerel. Good Tai Chi posture, dropping your shoulders, growing through your spine, tipping your chin slightly down, tucking your butt. Here we go. Shift weight up, spiral, golden cockerel. Spiral the top, spiral the hand that comes to the front. Spiral the top, hand that comes to the front. Last one. Okay, don't give up that focus. Spiral and out. Last set. Holding our ball, still spiraling and circling. Out and to the side, spiral forward. Both hands spiral to form your ball. Bottom hand advances, other hand spirals to the hip. Sit back, lower, pivot, circles. Upstroke and downstroke, spiral. Finish off your nice spirals too. If you start them nicely, the finishing touch is also very important. It helps you with flowing. It helps you with continuity and shifting of weight. And providing a good stretch, like now. Parallel and higher to multitask. Spiral to the shoulder, spiral to the higher, spiral down, spiral out. Many spirals. Be aware of them. As you concentrate, On your spirals, you're creating smoothness, awareness, sensitivity, and gaining tranquility. Don't forget that it's not hand motions, but core movements dictated by the hips and waist. We're going to part the wild horse's mane with a nice spiral, and we're going to move into the cloud hands in the 10 form. Don't sell it the form short. You have to work harder to know where the form or the movement is derived from. Lots of spirals. Semicircles. Gathering energy and recycling it. Pause, turn, spiral back, spiral forward, spiral down, spiral up. Pause. Spiral, one continuous, and bring it up as a spiral, push it out as a spiral, tuck the elbows, gravity takes care of your move as you close your form. Okay, spiraling from Yang 10 form and then going into the 24. Here we go. Commencing form. Even spiral as you rotate towards your hips. Tuck the elbows, drop the shoulders. Make everything rounded rather than straight as a board. Everything has curvatures. Get a good stretch. Soften your movements rather than abruptly placing your hand. At the same time, you're listening to your body, taking note of all the little muscles that are moving for you. Listening to the music, it's almost telling us to round out our motion. Don't forget to pause, then turn to grasp the bird's tail. Big spiral as you apparently close. Actually a circle. Tuck the elbows, drop the shoulders, flex knees, spiral to the side as you now close your form. Okay, Yang 24, taking it very slowly, looking for our spirals, being aware that we can create them very easily. Commencing form. Shift weight, open, spiral, up, tuck the elbows, spiral down. Spiral to form a ball, out and to the side, spiral down, spiral out. Part the wild horse's mane, 2. And 3. Half step forward. Watch that right hand go up as you shift your weight. Set on its toe. Drop the front, bisect as a spiral. Swirl back as a spiral, all together, down and out. Brush knee 1. Spiral to multitask, brush knee 2. And final. Half step. Semicircle to steer that wheel. Repulse 1. Spiral on your axle. Right hand slightly higher in a circle. 3. Curve that elbow. Modify that foot. Spiral the right hand for a nice ball. Ward off. No rush, take your time. In fact, go slower. Spiral forward. Sit, cup, spiral, cup, shift weight, hook, spiral out, single whip. Sit back, spiral, cloud hands. Use your hips and waist, second rotation. Use your core, third and final. Hook, T, spiral out, single whip. Half step, spiral back, spiral forward and to the side, spiral to the front, open and spiral to the left. Gather energy and center and spiral out and in. On an L stance, spiral for a double punch. Sit back, spiral as you rotate, center, spiral out. Hook, down, favor the left, suspend, spiral up. Spiral out, and up. Maiden, L stance, turn first. As it gets to your forehead, shuttle right. Sit back, out. Spiral, forehead, push. Half step to the back, spiral across the hips and waist, all together to the bottom of the sea. One hand, two hand, foot, extend, semicircle. Sit back, spiral up, spiral down, spiral to the side. As you parry, you spiral. As you punch, you spiral. Sit, spiral forward. Last big spiral, one continuous. Shift weight, spiral up, in, spiral out. And gravity takes care of everything. Spiral to your sides, off the ground, closing form. Okay. So I think I can feel you. I can feel the energy that this room has. It's sort of telling me that we're pretty peaceful, pretty confident, that we did a pretty good job in creating spirals and circles and being focused as we did two of our forms, okay? Two yang forms and a non-stop for half an hour, at least 25 minutes, ever since we first began.
I want to just...
Even spiral as you rotate towards your hips. Tuck the elbows, drop the shoulders. Make everything rounded rather than straight as a board. Everything has curvatures. Get a good stretch. Soften your movements rather than abruptly placing your hand. At the same time, you're listening to your body, taking note of all the little muscles that are moving for you. Listening to the music, it's almost telling us to round out our motion. forget to pause, then turn to grasp the bird's tail. Big spiral as you apparently close. Actually a circle. Tuck the elbows, drop the shoulders, flex knees, spiral to the side as you now close your form. Okay, Yang 24, taking it very slowly, looking for our spirals, being aware that we can create them very easily. Commencing form. Shift weight, open, spiral, up, tuck the elbows, spiral down. Spiral to form a ball, out and to the side, spiral down, spiral out. Part the wild horse's mane, 2. And 3. Half step forward. Watch that right hand go up as you shift your weight. Set on its toe. Drop the front, bisect as a spiral. Swirl back as a spiral, all together, down and out. Brush knee 1. Spiral to multitask, brush knee 2. And final. Half step. Semicircle to steer that wheel. Repulse 1. Spiral on your axle. Right hand slightly higher in a circle. 3. Curve that elbow, modify that foot. Spiral the right hand for a nice ball. Forward off. No rush, take your time. In fact, go slower. Spiral forward. Sit, cup, spiral, cup, shift weight, hook, spiral out, single whip. Sit back, spiral, cloud hands. Use your hips and waist, second rotation. Use your core, third and final. Hook, T, spiral out, single whip. Half step, Spiral back. Spiral forward and to the side. Spiral to the front. Open and spiral to the left. Gather energy and center. And spiral out. And in. On an L stance. Spiral for a double punch. Sit back. Spiral as you rotate. Center. Spiral out. Hook. Down. Favor the left. Suspend. Spiral up. Spiral out. And up. Maiden. L stance. Turn first. As it gets to your forehead, shuttle right. Sit back. Out. Spiral. Forehead push. Half step to the back. Spiral across the hips and waist all together to the bottom of the sea. One hand, two hand, foot, extend, semicircle. Sit back. Spiral up, spiral down, spiral to the side. As you parry, you spiral. As you punch, you spiral. Sit, spiral forward. Last big spiral. One continuous. Shift weight, spiral up. In, spiral out. And gravity takes care of everything. Spiral to your sides. Off the ground. Closing form.
I just introduce something to you which and correlate it back to some of the basics of Tai Chi. Remember the 10 essentials of Tai Chi. And the one I want to concentrate on is dropping the shoulders and dropping the elbows. That's just simplistically, if you think, oh, I'm only going to be dropping my shoulders and dropping my elbows. That's not quite what I mean. Part of that is dropping the shoulders and dropping the elbows. But I think a broader interpretation of that is make sure your elbows and your shoulders are active in the movement of your extremities. You know, they help you make your spirals a little bit more of a spiral, because otherwise the spirals are just stuck here. And right now, most of us are sort of fascinated with saying, where do the hands go? It's the easier, I think, much more obvious intellectual experience to say, well, she's moving and she's moving her hands. But what you want to do is to get everything moving, and we practice the philosophy of things come from the core, from the central. So in order to get outward, you have to be moving this. You may see it, an example is with a crack of a whip, you may see just a small stroke here, but you can't see the end of this, the whip, because it's moving faster than the speed of sound. And when it cracks the sound barrier, what happens? Pock! Because you just did this, but it travels down the taper of the whip, and the thing accelerates, and you get that energy transferred into a very small area. And part of Tai Chi is that way. You know, you're trying to get energy in, you're trying to get energy back out. You're trying to get energy out, but you got to come back home, because you bring your elbows and your shoulders, and what happens? Your hands almost fall into place. They'll just follow. And as time goes by, you probably will get more elegant with the use of your hands. Just a little nuance, just a flick of a finger or a hand makes all the impression if you want it from an aesthetic standpoint, but it also is the crack of the whip. You know, the power is coming this way, coming and bang, just at the tip of the whip. So when you do your spirals, the point I have is that throughout it, whether you just say, I'm just going to form my ball, but my ball is going to come back out, you are trying to use your elbows, and you don't only just lower the shoulders, lower the elbows, you're basically moving the shoulders. You have to bring it up to some degree, but you don't want to bring it all the way up, but you have to keep it down, but yet you are bringing it in and around whichever spiral and circles that you might be doing. So look in that when Lucille goes through what she just did, similar forms that you do in continuity, and try to see where that fits.
So a lot of times I assume that what I do and what I feel is something you get right away. So it's good that Ken reminds us that we warmed up so nicely with our turning of our shoulders. So we often say, we see people just doing this, but it's this back motion coming forward. So in what he's saying, when you create your spirals, it's not merely the hands that are doing it for you, but it's this shoulder joint that's rotating, okay? So, you know, that's something that's maybe hard to grasp, but if you can feel that sensation and say to yourself, am I creating spirals using my core and using those joints that I warmed up, then that's where you want to be.
From a martial arts standpoint, it's an exercise in self-preservation. You're not all the way out here. You're always coming back to where's home. You not only generate your energy from the central part of your body, you have to protect the powerhouse. So the best way to protect the powerhouse is you have your elbows and hands and whatnot very close. Somebody say, like when you do from here, you're going to bisect your body. That's the term we use. But you're just coming down. And if somebody's going to hit you, and then you come back and you hit him. You see, but once you do that, you come right back in and you're ready to do something else, whatever the next movement is. You're bringing it home, but you're staying at very close to home. Move your elbows, but you stay very close. You're not waving. It looks like you're waving your hands out here. This portion may be extended, but this portion is always just here. And it's this roll of the shoulders, okay?
Okay, good. So you folks understand, right? So that was a pretty good explanation, a good demonstration. All right, someone asked me last time if we would ever go over again serpent in the grass, so today's the day. Sometimes I avoid it because I feel like it's too much didactic and your body can't take it right away, but if you are really diligent, we can grow from what you have established and then refine it. Some days I feel like my knees can't take it, but today it's okay. All right, and you realize that what I'm going to teach you is something that is my own brand of serpent in the grass for the person and the physique that I have, whereas others on YouTube who are maybe younger or even older or Ken style is a little bit different. Then you get the groundwork, then you work with yourself, and then you develop, okay, and grow. Yeah? Yes? Yeah? So you understand. So what I'm showing you now is my brand, okay? I'm the teacher. If you don't like it, then you alter it, okay? So we're going to dig in right away to serpent in the grass, okay? So no words, I'm just going to kind of do it, and then I'm going to try to break it down. And there again is a little fuzzy, a little cloudy, because how I teach it may not flow as nicely as if I were just to do it, okay? And I think you understand that. All right, so facing you, I'm going to take a left, a left, yeah, out, in, down, and you know where that toe goes. Okay? So easy does it, right? Yeah, a lot of times we watch anything and everything and we say, wow, it looks so simple. And it is relatively simple once you work it over and understand it. It is logical, okay? So a lot of shifting of the weight, a lot of it is timing, synchronizing, and setting yourself in a prime position to make it work. So you're going to have to think ahead and picture things, okay? All right, I'm going to let you work with me and do it. Which way? In the way that we normally do it first, okay? And then we'll try to figure it out. So we've done a double punch. Okay, double punch. Everybody double punch. Left foot back, right foot forward, double punch. Sit back, open, rotate, left hand, left foot up, kick out. In, toe, down, stretch out, shift weight, golden cockerel. Toe, spin, hook, split, down, set, shift, out, L stance, ball, out, L stance, rotate. Before it gets to the head, turn the hips and waist, shuttle right. Sit back, twist out, hold ball, L stance, spin. Before it gets to the forehead, shuttle left. Half step to the back, cross the hips and waist, set up the top hand, stretch out that left knee, go down, come up, 1, 2 hands, then your foot, start in the middle touch, extend the knee, flash arms. Sit back, rock, toe, deflect, bring it into parry, and then punch. Touch, roll back. Okay, I want to check you finish off. Finish off right now. Closing form. Go. Okay. So that actually needs some work on, okay? And everybody can improve on their closing form. Okay? All right. I'm going to give it some words now, okay? And you're to watch. So we have done our kick out. See the elbows coming in. They don't just come this way, right? And everything you do, including kick outs and Keep those elbows in. Okay? Okay, do it with me. Actually, I said support, but I just felt like I needed to run it through, okay? So, flash, double punch. Sit back, spin, root down, left hand, left foot, kick out. In, split, down. Up. Okay. All right, good question. What do you do with that back hand? Do you tuck it here? Do you extend it here? First of all, this is our hook. The 4 fingers around the thumb, but in the hook, it's the same way but turned upside down. To answer that question, the hook hand helps you by extending this way. It comes from here, and it comes down, and it swings out this way. It does not come near your body and tucks it and hides it. So you have a suspension like this. What does that hand do? Okay, can you watch? So left kick, and then I have to warn you now. There's someone out there. This is the stance I want. I don't want this foot this way. This foot's going to hurt you. That knee is going to give way. You want parallel feet. Parallel feet does not mean this way. Parallel feet on your toe because you're stacked here. Stacked here in line with that heel. Okay, come down this way. Watching that back hand, it extends out, suspends this way, then up. Yeah? Jerry? Yeah? Easy, huh? I'm thinking back at when we first learned Tai Chi. We had to figure it out ourselves. And whenever we'd ask a question, it would always come back in a language we didn't understand. So I think you got it easy. You've got an angle here, you've got an angle there. You've got 2 teachers seeing 2 different things. So I think it's a journey that we're going to have to continually work on, okay? And for what I see, you have your brand, and that's good, very good, okay? I think, though, remember, yes, if you put your if you put your heel of your right foot on a intersection, then when you come out, that insubstantial toe has to be in line with that heel. What do you do with it? You stack yourself by bringing down your left hand, then dropping down, coming out, extending that back hand, swerving to the left to set, stabilize quite well, then making that suspension or shift of weight. Don't rush, because if I rushed and I wasn't steady, I would flop. Spinning, taking that time to visualize that hook, splitting, going down, stacking myself, pivoting out to the right this time, keeping that suspended hook hand extended, then shifting my weight and coming up, then out. Okay? You got it on tape, and then work at it, okay? All right. 10 minutes. Any more questions? Anything on serpent? Anything on maiden? Anything on needle to the bottom of the sea? Anything with flash arms? Blah, blah, blah. Everything else. Deflect. Okay. So when you deflect, flash arms like a fan. Sit back. So the tendency here is to keep this hand that comes back shallow, but you want to rock. You want to shift your weight back. So if it's high, then this can come down low. If it's not understood and you come shallow, there's hardly anything to get that momentum to swing out. So already with the flash arms like a fan, the backhand is higher. Sit back, the rock. I don't even have to reposition my hand, it just goes with my body. Swing out to the right to deflect, parry, and punch. And then sometimes I see people refusing to touch this, but I would say touch. Okay, touch, contact. It's yourself. Okay, that's part of Tai Chi. Okay, facing the clock. Flash arms like a fan. Sit back, twist, up and down on the toe, swing out to deflect, bring it in and parry, then punch. Okay, this way now, flash arms. Sit back, rock, up and down on the toe, swing out on the heel on the right to deflect as you parry, then punch. One more time. Sit back. Okay, so we didn't get this one. Let's go towards the face. You folks face the road. Everybody face the road. Flash arms. Sit back. Pivot. Up and down. Swing out, veer to the right to deflect as you parry, then punch. Did we do everything? So just basically, you have maybe 50-50, maybe 60-40, 60 front, okay? Shift weight, the forward foot becomes an insubstantial, it turns into a substantial. The forward foot is an insubstantial, it turns into a substantial, and then, so it's constantly alternating the weight of your feet. At the same time, your arms and upper body are enhancing it. See that? So maybe what you can do is start with this, you know this, then just say, it goes here, and it goes here. Let's do that, okay? Forward. Left foot on a line, right foot on the opposite line, drag the right foot back, 45 it, flash arms like a fan. Sit back, twist, shift weight to the left, come up with your fist. Okay? That's all we're gonna do, and you just drill it and drill it and drill it. Then you say, okay, I'm ready for the next portion, and you'd keep on doing it. Take little chunks to create a bigger movement, okay? I'm gonna let you go because part of Tai Chi is ownership of your responsibility of doing some work and learning about your body, okay? And we can come back and we can refine it, and we can look into it a little bit more.
Like Lucille says, you're all on your Tai Chi journey. And the Tai Chi journey first starts with sequencing. Next, it's trying to approximate what the movement should be. And you start to develop what we term your own Tai Chi. And if you were to compare them at different stages in your development, many of you will improve with time. Some will just stay with their brand of Tai Chi, and that's that. But that's okay, because you've gotten at least what we want for you. That is, you start to use your body more, you become acquainted with using your body to whatever level you can improve it to. And some people can use it as a tool to continue. You know, there's a saying that you really begin to learn Tai Chi when you've been taking it for 10 years. And I think I am an example of that. I mean, I'm still evolving, and as Lucille is evolving also. We grow, we look, we try to correlate what are we use the 10 essential elements of Tai Chi as our guide, and gives you more insight into what are you doing. And you watch other people, and some of them can overtly instruct you. Other times you have to look at them and say, what are they doing? And you run the inventory of the 10 essentials, and then the light goes on, you say, that's what they're doing. And that's what we hope for any of you that really want to continue learning Tai Chi.
Good explanation, good closure to a hard, difficult movement.